My guest, Teal Swan, has a story that's been watched by millions of people on YouTube about living with the shadow side of ourselves. Her story was documented in a film called Open Shadow. Teal's story is one of abuse from others and self, and attempting to heal through it. Welcome, Teal.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I've done a few kind of similar, not the same, stories, and I'm just constantly left with, how can adults steal the innocence of children? Because it comes down to the innocence of children, right?
Yes.
And in your case, it wasn't any different, and you have your own story, and it's something that was perpetuated really throughout your lifetime in terms of what it did to your internal perception of yourself. So let's start with one of the terms that you use, and you say that you've made it your home to live with the shadow. And I thought, first of all, explain what that means to everyone so they can get a context for this conversation.
Okay, so the shadow essentially means the subconscious. When you're raised in any kind of situation, but especially these abusive types of situations, it imprints your way of looking at the world, but you're not usually conscious of the fact that you see the world in that way. So the process of healing, in the process of expanding, becoming more, is a process of becoming conscious of what is down there in the subconscious. And we've been calling the subconscious the shadow for a very long time. Just that most of what we put in the subconscious is the stuff we don't want to look at. The misconception, though, is that the only thing that's down there is stuff that's not good. But actually, we suppress a lot of good stuff in the shadow
Absolutely.
as well.
Yeah, I mean, the subconscious is simply a repository. It's not dark nor light.
Yes.
It's just what has been.
Yes.
So it can create these magnificent, lovely attractions in life, as well as repulsions because of things that have happened on the darker side of the spectrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you were born very open psychically as a child. So let's talk about your early life experience and what that was like and how it showed itself, how it played out in your family and all of that. Take your time.
Okay. Well, being born extrasensory, super open intuitively, it means a whole lot of things. So the first thing is when you're overlapping these different dimensional realities, let's say somebody in the family dies. To somebody grounded in the physical, they're gone. But to somebody who's extrasensory, they're not gone. They're hanging around. You can see them, you can hear them. And so that was the kind of stuff I was dealing with as a child. Also, being a medical intuitive, I could see what was wrong with people. I could see it manifest in an energetic level before it was on a physical level.
Right.
Little kids shouldn't know that type of stuff.
Right, and people, the parents don't like those inconvenient truths when a kid blurts out something.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And when you've got a tuned-in child, it also means that you can't hide anything from them.
Right.
So you've got a kid who's like, you don't feel that way. I can tell you how you feel. You're mad right now. You can't hide. And it bled into a lot of real issues for me, because it's not just a blessing. To see more than a person should see, especially in a world that thrives on suppression, is quite painful. So I had a very hard time coexisting. It's very difficult for a kid that's bringing in that kind of information to do the things you want them to do on time, to fit into a society that doesn't make sense to them, because they're, of course, the kid that's going to be like, why does it have to be this way? And can you give me an answer? And most parents actually can't. So it ends up being an invalidating child to have, to be quite honest, if you're not prepared for that type of child. It invalidates you as a parent, invalidates you as a person, and so it's hard to have any kind of insecurities and have that type of child, and that was the problem between me and my parents.
So they chose the classic route, which was to take you to